I've talked to some people who are aware of how this program is working, and so we've learned here, and you'll notice here in the press release, they're only mentioning schools. Now you could look to Reality of Wrestling, Booker T's school, which is also a promotion, but at this point they're only working with schools, not yet working with promotions. I've been informed that there is no financial support even yet going to these schools, but multiple sources have informed me that there are some independent wrestlers already who are under contracts related to this program. And we haven't been able to identify yet who those wrestlers are, but it has been confirmed to us by multiple sources that there are indie wrestlers who are taking indie bookings, and they're quietly at this point under deals. I think it is possible that we'll see in the future, we'll see some announcements about who is under a deal related to this program. But one source who's close to the program informed us that there are currently no restrictions on these indie wrestlers to work for what promotions they can't work for or whether they can lose. And this would naturally raise the question, well, can they even work for AEW? And I think if this does become public that, these wrestlers here are under deals, developmental deals, then I would expect that AEW will just avoid them and they'll end up not being booked.
It seems like one of those situations where does it even need to be spelled out in a deal? Like if you are attached to one of these contracts, are you willing to just take a extra work for AEW for one night? I mean, where it becomes interesting would be if AEW had interest in you and what is going to be the scale of which these WWE ID prospects are being paid. And if AEW wants to, hey, you create some buzz around yourself, we're willing to offer you a 3-year deal at X amount above what you're making. Do you have that ability, or will you be locked to a deal that forbids you from signing a contract elsewhere?
Right. We'll see what we're able to learn once people who are under these deals are even identified. But one motivating factor, I believe, here is that this program will help them reduce their antitrust risk, which is something that I think this company and this parent company, TKO, are very conscious of, given MLW sued WWE last year. The lawsuit was settled at the end of the year for $20 million. And UFC's in a lot tougher situation with their 2 antitrust lawsuits. One of them's got a preliminary approval for $375 million. The Kung Lee case, the Johnson case, is still being worked on. So I'm sure this is something that TKO is being very conscious of. They do not want to become a target for antitrust litigation, whether that's civil lawsuits from other businesses or even the federal government.